This part's intensive health focuses on circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is about the timing and synchronization of various processes inside the body. You know, uh, life is timed, and many things happening in our body and in any living world are time, and there is a rate involved in with that. There are certain timings and rate that we can feel, like the heart rate. The heart beats at a particular interval. Our breathing, uh, you see the events happening in our intestinal tract, like there is a particular hour in the day, or there are particular hours in the day when you feel something in your stomach, some kind of gastric juices being released. There is a particular hour in the day or in the morning that you feel motion in your intestine and you feel going for poop. Similarly, there is a timing for menstruation, there is a timing for childbirth. So these are certain things, certain timings which are visible from outside and we can sense them. But besides these, there are thousands of processes going inside the body which we have no idea about. Now, all such processes have connection with each other, and there are certain reactions, certain enzymatic processes, certain biochemical processes that are happening at a very high rate, like in milliseconds. And then there are certain which are slower processes, may have timings in hours, some may have even in years or in months. So there are many things which have different timings, and there is only one living being. So all these things have to be synchronized. And this synchronization is called circadian rhythm, if this is synchronized properly. Now, this synchronization has not only to happen with your body, the synchronization has to happen with the outside world also, because we are in continuous contact with the outside world. We are continuously receiving the nourishment from the outside world, and we are continuously affected by the outside world. So the synchronization has to happen between the outside world and our body also, like it has to happen with many processes happening inside our body. Now, this circadian rhythm, a couple years back, actually, even Nobel Prize was given to some scientists on some landmark research on circadian rhythm. It's being found that it is utmost important to maintain the neatness, cleanliness of that circadian rhythm, and any disturbance in that circadian rhythm may actually lead into many syndromes and diseases, including the diabetes, cardiac issues, etc. And another finding is this, that in the people where circadian rhythm is disturbed, the lifespan gets dramatically reduced. Life expectancy may go down by 10 years or 20 years. So that's why the circadian rhythm is very important if you want to have intensive health, if you want to go on the higher levels of health, and if you want to enjoy the life and prolong it. Observing the right circadian rhythm is important. Now, why is it getting disturbed? There are multiple reasons for it. One of the reason is this: there are certain individuals who travel across the time zones frequently, like the pilots or other frequent air travelers. They travel to great distances where the timings are different very frequently, and then the body takes maybe a week or sometimes several weeks to adapt to that new time zone. And if you have to come back before that, then your body is messed up. The jet lag, all frequent travelers would know about that. Second, and very wide reason which is affecting to a large population is the shift work. Earlier people used to work in the daytime and sleep in the nighttime. The night used to be dark. But now with the industrialization, the work is about 24 hours a day, 365 days in a year. So there are people working in the shift. And then sometime you are supposed to work in the night, sometime in the day. And this working in the shift badly mess up your circadian rhythm. So that is something very dangerous. Third reason is Non-availability of darkness and quiet in the night. Even night these days are disturbed. There could be sounds. There is a lot of electromagnetic field around, even in daytime and nighttime. And apart from that, there could be light coming on, whereas the nights are supposed to be dark. Or people could be using devices, screens in the nighttime. That also seriously hampers the circadian rhythm. Likewise, if you are not exposed to the sunlight during the day, even in that case your circadian rhythm would get disturbed. So these are the reason why the circadian rhythm is getting disturbed, and it is utmost important for anybody who is planning to have very robust health to maintain the neatness of the circadian rhythm. The some of the tips for maintaining circadian rhythm is, of course, to follow the natural cycle of the day and night, and sleeping in the night and working in the day. That is the fundamental that cannot be changed, because we have evolved with that for thousands or millions of years, and it cannot change in just few decades. Our body cannot make genetic or biological changes so fast. So that observation is required. Second is this, that we should go out. Outdoor is essential in the daytime. If you are not outdoor, see the calibration of our master clock. Our master clock is located in the brain, and that gets calibrated through the light, a particular kind of UV rays that enter through our retina and they reach to the master clock. So it is essential that we go outdoor during the day, particularly in the morning and evening. Going out in the morning and evening sets the master clock in order, and then everything else gets synchronized. One more tip is this, that not using specs when not essential, because the specs, whether you are using them for sun like Ray-Ban etc., or you are using for your vision, those sun glasses blocks the entry of that particular wavelength of light which can calibrate your master clock. So that is another tip, that not using the specs when not needed. You can use whenever required, but taking off them frequently is good. So these are just some tips, and it's really easy to set your circadian rhythm. I look forward, let's try and set your circadian rhythm in synchronization with your body components and also with the universe.